Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Miami Dolphins franchise. We conclude season number 1 here in this episode. The Miami Dolphins have fought their way back to a respectable record at 5-11. The Patriots go into this game 10-6. They have clinched the AFC East and are headed to the playoffs once again. Another year, another Patriots playoff division win. And you know, one thing about this team, the Dolphins that is that I see heart in a lot of these guys. It's shown me a lot, and it goes a long way of how we're going to approach the offseason this coming year. Now, we will focus still on our 3 young guys in Noah IGBINOGHENE, Tua, and Jalen Phillips. We ended up switching out Waddle because Waddle has gotten his own XP based on his performance, and he gets enough from that. So I want to focus on other guys who may not be performing as well. Speaking of Jalen Waddle, going into this game, we are on watch to see if he can clinch the receivers leader in yards this year. He has 15 touchdowns, but tied with Calvin Ridley for 1,240 yards for that leader. He needs a big game today to secure that spot. So let's get this game underway as we go for win number 6 on the season, and we could potentially be ending this season on a 5-game winning streak. So here is Cam Newton. He is starting for the Patriots, has not given the crown to Mac Jones yet, as that first pass is completed to Devin Asiasi for a gain of 4. 3rd and 4 this time. Quick throw across the middle. That is caught. That is Hunter Henry who gets that first down catch. Our defense has been better, but I do want to see improvements. Here's a throw to the right side, and that is James White down the sideline, tackled at about the 12. Jason McCourty does run him down, but it is going to be a first down. A long one is now out of the backfield. Here is Damian Harris, handoff to the right side, and that is Emmanuel Ogbah. He's going into a contract year with the stop. So 3rd and 5 at the 7 this time. Immediate pressure from Jalen Phillips, and it gets to Cam. It's going to be a sack, and Jalen Phillips, the rookie, he started half of the games this year. He gets a sack and gets to Cam. They settle for 3. Tua out onto the field now as we hand off this time to Terrance PITT-HOWARD. 15 touchdowns on the season, and he's got a gain of 9 right there. 2nd and 1 this time. Here's a handoff. This time as Myles Gaskin up the middle, and he checks in and picks up a gain of 4. So now at our own 48, play action fake. Tua under pressure right away, just tries to flip it to TPH. That one falls to the ground. 3rd and 6, we come out here with 5 wide, throw into the right side. It's Waddle throwing at the sticks is Tua, picks up the first down. Kyle Duggar on the stop. This time is Gaskin up the middle. He's got a big hole. Gain of about 11 yards on that carry, and now we're into field goal range. We do get it to the 15-yard line for a 3rd and long this time. Tua throw to the left side. It's going to be Fuller in the end zone. Touchdown. What a throw by Tua. Throwing his guy open on that one, and it was just a great throw. Fuller had to stretch out fully, extend to get that one, but it still ends up being caught. It is 7-3. So here's Cam back out onto the field. Quick throw to the left side. That is Damian Harris out of the backfield. He picks up about a gain of 7 yards. So now at the 50, here's a throw to the sideline again, and it's Harris, and he does beat Jerome Baker on the sideline. 6 of 6 to start this game for Cam Newton. So now at our 29 this time, Cam steps up, throws to the sideline, and once again, another open man on the sideline. We might have to switch to a cover 2. It looks like Cam isn't throwing the ball down the field too much, but they do settle for 3 on that drive. So 7-6 game as Miami does have possession here. Here's another handoff and a great run by TPH. He is tough to take down. That's the one difference between him and Gaskin. Gaskin is going to be elusive. He's going to be fast, but TPH fights for those extra yards every time. under center at our own 38 this time. Tua, he's going to air it out. He's got Jaylen Waddle behind the defense. He does get to the end zone. It's a touchdown. He beats Stephon Gilmore on this. Let's just take another look. He just literally runs right past Gilmore. Gilmore was backpedaling. You can't do that versus Waddle. And it's a perfect throw by Tua. And it's going to be a one-score lead here for the Dolphins. And we do get into the middle of the second quarter here with all the momentum. So here is a throw to the right side. That is going to be Jonnu Smith, the new Patriot. He picks up a big-time gain across the 50. It is going to be a first down throw by Cam. So here he is in the pocket at the 20 now. He's running a screen pass to the left side. That's going to be caught, but a good tackle, but a first down. Baker couldn't get there in time. So they do eventually get inside the 5 now at the 3. Here is Newton under center. He's going to hand it off this time, and they will get him in for the touchdown. That is Johnson on the carry, and now it is a 12-14 game. They do end up kicking the field goal instead of going for 2. So 2 minutes left here in the first half this time. Tua throwing across the middle, and that one is picked off. Dante Hightower was there for the interception. The pressure was in his face, and it looked like the running back was not looking for that ball out of the backfield, and Dante Hightower's just sitting right there. So Cam does get possession back here before halftime. He throws to the left side, and that one is knocked away. So we will get one last chance here before half as Byron Jones knocks that one loose. So Tua back out onto the field after the last turnover. This time he's going to air it out deep. He's got Fuller with the step, and he's going to find him at about the 18-yard line. Great throw by Tua. And it's interesting because he is known as a short passer, a medium, intermediate passer, but he's been throwing deep very, very accurately this year. So here is Tua this time, using his legs a little bit, getting inside the 10. And with 36 seconds left, he does stop the clock. Now at about the 7-yard line this time, Tua in the pocket, tries to step up, but he goes down. Nobody to throw it to on that one. And now 9 seconds left. We call a timeout. One last play. Here's Tua under pressure again. He puts it on the ground. The Patriots could score as time expires, but the linebacker gets tired and does get tackled from behind. Tua catches them at the 11. And that's how this first half ends. It's going to be a close game here, and it's going to be 14-13. So here to start the second half, you know, Tua has been good, but I think the issue this year has really been the fumbles in the pocket. But speaking of fumbles, putting it on the ground is Gesicki, and Dante Hightower picks it up and gets run down by Tua. Starting out the second half already with a fumble, and Gesicki spun out of one tackle, but then gets absolutely lit up by Dante Hightower. The Patriots take back over. 2 turnovers on 2 straight drives, both on fumbles. So here is Cam now in the pocket, moving to the left side. He's going to try to take it himself, and he fumbles. It's picked up by Jason McCourty. McCourty's got speed. Nobody in front of him. Will he get to the end zone? He will. It's going to be a touchdown for the Dolphins. 3 fumbles on 3 straight drives on both teams, and now we take the 1-score lead. Wow, this time it's Cam Newton fumbling. And both quarterbacks have fumbled at least once, and now it is a 21-13 game. We're now well into the third quarter. This time Cam moves to the right side. He's going to throw on the run. He's going to find his slot receiver open. Big hit by Brandon Jones, a second-year guy out of Texas. So 3rd and 4 this time. Throw across the middle. That is a big-time catch and run, and that is going to be caught by Asiasi. It's going to be a first down. So here is a first down carry, this time by Johnson. Tackled by Howard, but getting to about the 12-yard line. I guess they don't give him the first down on that one. Cam in the pocket, trying to find some space. He takes off up the middle, inside the 5, and gets down. It's going to be a goal-to-go situation. So now we start the fourth quarter now. Cam slants, touchdown. N'Keal Harry was open, and let's see if they can tie this ball game up. They have to go for 2 here to tie it up. And let's see what they line up in. Here's shotgun at about the 2. This time Cam across the middle. Cam under pressure. He goes down. A long developing slant play, and that one does not work. Andrew Van Ginkel gets there for the sack. So now it's a 2-point game. Let's see if we can waste some clock here. Here's a throw across the middle, and that is going to be picked off. Looking for Jaylen Waddle, Tua just overthrows his intended target, and it ends up being an interception. Oh, my goodness. So here is Cam now backing out to the field, and he goes down. Jason McCourty, the veteran. There is talks that he could retire after this season. Who knows? Here's a throw across the middle. That is caught by Asiasi again. He picks up about a gain of 11, but it's going to bring it to a 4th and 2 at the 45. Handoff, and that one should have been a tackle for loss. Instead, Stevenson picks up the first down. I've been saying Johnson this game. I don't know why I said Johnson earlier, as they get it to 34 here. A 3rd and 4. Deep shot this time into traffic, and it's picked off, but out of bounds by Xavier Howard. They will kick the long field goal, and this one barely gets over the crossbar. And now it is a 1-point game in the Patriots' favor. So does Tua have a last-minute drive here with 3 minutes to go? As that one is a nice throw to Gesicki, picking up a lot of yards after catch. It's a first down. In the bunch formation this time, it's Waddle. He makes a man miss and does pick up a gain of 9. No huddle offense here as we pick a play, and here is Tua still in the pocket, throwing to the right side. He's got Waddle again. The speed is just too fast. It is a first down, and now we are into field goal range. You want to kind of use this clock a little bit. So don't make any mistakes, Tua. Moving to the right side. He's got an open man, and it's going to be caught. Jaylen Waddle again. He's having himself a year. He sets us up for a field goal here. And now we get to the 2. We're going to waste some time and bring out Jason Sanders to win this game as time does expire. The kick is up, and it is good. The Patriots lose here going into the playoffs. We play spoiler again. Unfortunately, they will get to the playoffs. They've already clinched the division. But what an ending to the season. And I love what these sliders have brought. This episode and the last episode, we have been using MAT 10 sliders. It's been a world of difference, and I love the outcomes of these last 2 games. It's been fun. We end up with 6 wins on the season. I'm very, very happy with the team. Our goal was actually 7. We only came up 1 game short of that, so there's that. But Terrence Pitt-Howard had an excellent year as a rookie. Tua had a great recovery. We started out pretty weak, to be honest with you, but we just had to get used to the game. Jaylen Waddle had 7 for 144. Hopefully that gives him the receiver's crown. And then Will Fuller also had 5 for 90. He also had a touchdown as well. And then Andrew Van Ginkel, Phillips, and Jason McCourty and Jerome Baker all had sacks. 4 sacks today. That's the type of game I like to see, where we get after the quarterback. Doesn't necessarily have to be bringing blitzes, but we do our job here. We stopped Cam just enough. We had that last-minute comeback, couple of nice catches from Jaylen Waddle, and that will conclude season number 1. So we will recap this season and just talk about the offseason, see what we really have here as far as re-signing guys, upcoming free agencies, what we're thinking in the draft. Really want to talk about that for the rest of the episode and go over stats this year as well. Now, offensive line is going to be a big need in the offseason. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but one guy I know that's going to be around is Liam Eichenberg. He's been developing as a 23-year-old rookie. Really like what he's been doing. He's a number 30 ranked left guard, but he is very good in pass protection, which is something I really value out of a guard as well. We don't end up with the worst record. If we had our draft pick, which we don't, we have the San Francisco draft pick, we will be drafting number 6, but instead, I believe we're drafting at number 14, where San Francisco finished. So here are the playoff standings, or playoff seedings, I guess. The Bucks and the Chiefs win the top seeds again, and it's going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win that Super Bowl. Jaylen Waddle ends up being on top of the leaderboard for receiving yards. He gets that superstar upgrade to Superstar X Factor, and he finished with 16 touchdowns. Man, he had an amazing year. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, but how about the runner-up? It's Austin Eckler. I did not see that coming, but Mahomes does win all the offensive awards. Von Miller wins Defensive Player of the Year. He had a great bounce-back year going into free agency. This was his last year with the Broncos. Zach Wilson wins Rookie of the Year in the AFC. Jaylen Waddle actually finishes 3rd. I don't know how that happened. How do you lead the league in receiving and finish 3rd in Rookie of the Year? I have no idea. It's not like Zach Wilson led them to a playoff bid or anything like that. He was just 6-11, just like us. Javon Holland finished 5th in Rookie of the Year, so he had a good second half of the season when he really started to get some playing time. Patrick Mahomes won Best Quarterback, Austin Eckler Best Running Back, but Jaylen Waddle did win Best Receiver, so he did take home an award this year. Demarcus Robinson finished 2nd over Tyreek Hill. That is amazing. And looking at the rest of the awards, we don't have anybody for Best Linebacker, but Best DB goes to Xavier Howard. He finished with 8 interceptions, I believe, and he was amazing. Jason Sanders finished 2nd with Best Kicker. Then in the NFC, Justin Fields did win Rookie of the Year in the NFC. Tom Brady won Best Quarterback. Deshaun Jackson wins Best Receiver, so that is great to see these veterans doing well. DeMarcus Lawrence wins Best Defensive End. Looks like Khalil Mack won Best Linebacker. He had 22 sacks on the year. And now we get to our stats. You know, Tua has been very, very good for us this season. And, you know, I'm not getting rid of Tua. There's no way. He's going to be our quarterback probably the entire series, pending, you know, injury or anything like that, barring injury. 27 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. He had a good year. Terrence PITT-HOWARD ran for 793 and 15 touchdowns. He was amazing, 79 per game. 0 fumbles. That's the big stat right there. Gaskin, when he started, he had 4 fumbles. He didn't fumble when I benched him, but when he was starting, he had 4. So we switched to Terrence PITT-HOWARD. He held on to the football, and that's really what gave him the job. Gaskin started fumbling. I think if he didn't have those fumbling issues, Gaskin would have been the starter still, and TPH just would have been a backup. In the pocket, Tua actually fumbled 8 times, so that is something that is kind of alarming. Jaylen Waddle finished with 16 touchdowns. He will get that Superstar X Factor. The game does factor that in. I think if you finish like top 3 in touchdowns and yards at your respective position, I believe you get that upgrade. Mike Gesicki finished 2nd on the team, a career high in receiving yards with 798. So he did have a good year in that way, but had 0 touchdowns. I was surprised to see this stat. I couldn't believe that he had 0 touchdowns. He also had a career high in receptions as well, and he was healthy. He did not miss a game. You know, Will Fuller's interesting. I'm not sure what we will do. I think what I'm going to do is not re-sign him, but put him into free agency. Not put him, but let him walk in free agency and then potentially re-sign him if the deal makes sense. But he's asking for a whole lot of money, and I'm just not ready to put that type of money into a receiver just yet. Preston Williams, I'm going to try to re-sign him for sure. 31 receptions, 337 yards. I think that he is going to be an outside receiver for us. And going forward, I really like Preston Williams going into his 4th year now out of Colorado State. And then other guys had some good seasons, like Terrence PITT-HOWARD had a pretty good year catching the ball in the backfield. He was a different type of receiver because he was a power back who could catch the ball. You don't see that every day. And Preston Williams obviously had a big year. Can't wait to see you know, what type of contract he's asking for. But he had a good year. 31 receptions, about 330 yards. Not bad. Our offensive line is going to be the big question mark, though. Austin Jackson was a first-round pick in 2020. Going into his 3rd year. You know, he did start out slow, but he did come around a little bit, and maybe, you know, getting some wins may have helped the morale of the team and maybe helped the development of a lot of these guys. But, you know, Austin Jackson, do we keep him at left tackle? That is the question. We'll have to see who's available in free agency. If there's not a lot of free agents there, then, you know, we might have to roll with Jackson again. EICHENBERG had a good year. He was a guard that I could depend on, especially, you know, play action fakes. I knew I could depend on him pass blocking well. Matt SKURA was actually pretty decent as well. He was the number 22 ranked safety as far as ratings go this year. I believe the Dolphins actually cut him in real life, but we will see what happens here in free agents. He's going to be a free agent this year. Josh Jones was decent as a right tackle. I couldn't really run stretch plays to his side. That definitely bothered me. I can only run them to the left side, so we will have to see what happens there. At right guard, we did rotate Robert Hunt and Solomon Kindley, so those two will probably compete for that right guard spot next year. They're still in their mid-20s, so I do want to keep them both around and see what they can do. And I'm not sure who will play there, but Hunt did play the majority of the snaps there. Kindley got hurt when he got in. I believe he was hurt for 4 weeks twice this year. On defense, we had a up and down year. I think our secondary definitely had a decent year. I say decent because Xavier Howard, if it wasn't for him, we would have been toast a whole lot of games. I mean, there were times when I was thinking like, man, we got to trade Byron Jones. He is not doing well. He didn't have any interceptions this year, and he is going into his 4th year of his contract. He is the highest paid guy on the squad, and he just did not play like it for me this year, and we'll have to see. I'm going to keep him around, but if a trade offer comes around and it's like a 1st-round pick for Byron Jones, I'm not sure if we can turn that down. I'm not sure. Now, Jerome Baker had a good year. He is still under contract with us. I really loved what he did. He was kind of the consistent guy in the middle of that defense, and him and Xavier Howard probably were the most consistent guys on the entire defense. Jason McCourty is going into age, what, 35? He is older. We probably age 36, so we should be looking at replacing him because he is going to be older. He did have a decent year, and he's going to be a free agent, so we'll have to see what happens with him. Now, Xavier Howard, 8 interceptions this year. He's already Superstar X Factor. He's our only one on the squad. Now Jalen Waddle will be along with him. Man, he had a good year. He signed under contract for the next 4 years. And Landon Roberts was a backup middle linebacker who I'm going to probably evaluate this position because now that Madden has fixed the auto subs, I'm going to start using auto subs to be more realistic, and backup linebacker is going to be a position that is going to be important. Andrew Van Ginkel was pretty good. I didn't see him jump off of the page a lot. Like he wasn't really catching my eye on the field, but he had a good year. He actually had 4.5 sacks, and he wasn't even in on pass rushing situations all the time. Emmanuel Ogbah is going to be free agent. I'm probably going to treat him the same way I treat Will Fuller. I'm going to let him go to free agency. If it makes sense to offer him a contract, I will do so. So he had 6 sacks on the year. Benardrick McKinney probably won't be re-signed. I wasn't a big fan of his play this year. He had a couple of nice plays. Justin Coleman is another guy I'm going to let walk. He definitely lost his spot. The first like 4 or 5 games, he was giving up so many plays, and I just could not stand it. So I will let him walk. Christian Wilkins is interesting. You know, I like Christian Wilkins a lot, but there are just games where he just disappears. I don't know what it is, but we will see what happens here in year number 4. So I'm going to keep him on the squad. I don't know if he will be our starting end opposite of Jalen Phillips. We'll have to see about that. Raekwon Davis came around, and he ended up being like the star on the defensive line. He is now superstar, not X Factor, but superstar. And he's actually pretty good. He's only in his mid-20s, 25 years old. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can turn into. Maybe this was his best year. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe the ceiling is way higher than what we're thinking it is. We'll have to see. Another guy I want to develop more is Noah Igbinoghene. You know, he's going to be the starting, probably slot cornerback going into next year. He has good speed, good man, decent zone. You know, one thing we got to get up is his play rec, but I do have high hopes for him. He is young. Like, he is very, very young. He's going to be a 22-year-old going into his 3rd year. That's going to be very, very fun to develop throughout this series. Jalen Phillips is star development, so we did unlock his hidden dev trait, and he is pretty good. I think his rookie year was good. Like, you don't expect a guy to have 20 sacks right away. He had, what, 5, 6? Pretty good year out of Miami. 6'5", good size, good speed. He had 4, it looks like. Now, Cameron Wake, we did bring in to kind of help Jalen Phillips a little bit. I'm not going to bring him back again. He's going to either retire. He's going to go into age 40 season, so we'll have to see. Then we have a bunch of backups, which I don't know what I'm going to do here as far as depth. I think I'm going to go the route of having a bunch of undrafted free agents and making it so that, you know, I get you guys involved in the series. I did post on the community tab what submissions to get your prospects in, so make sure you guys get that in, because like I said, a lot of guys that I'm going to have as far as depth goes is going to be a lot of subscriber undrafted free agents, so I'm excited to do that. I don't want to create a whole lot because I know the scouting update is coming soon, and I'm going to have to do a lot of work to recreate the franchise. I don't know when that thing is coming, but hopefully sometime this month. So looking at our salaries going into the offseason, you can just see Byron Jones is our highest paid guy. He's got 3 remaining on his deal, so I guess 2 after this season. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how we're going to maneuver that. If he ends up still struggling, I might be looking to trade him, to be honest with you. But we have a lot of cap room going into the offseason. I think that this is going to be a season where we look for a legitimate offensive lineman and a legitimate pass rusher. We definitely need to get after the quarterback a little better. But we could be bringing back Emmanuel Ogbah. We'll have to see how free agency goes. So that is going to do it here as we head into the offseason. We will cover the Super Bowl as well in next episode, so you don't want to miss that. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, yeah, this how we